Evolve was supposed to redefine the multiplayer shooter. It was a 4v1 experience in which a team of hunters took down a powerful monster. Well, it didn't catch on, and now it looks like it's dead, basically.
Evolve, the asymmetrical multiplayer shooter from Turtle Rock, is to be shut down. The FPS launched in February 2015, but never really got off the ground thanks to a fairly chaotic DLC and pre-order plan, as well as a good not great critical reception. After making the move to free-to-play in July 2016 in a bid to draw in more players, the title's dedicated servers will go down on September the 3rd. The game will no longer be available to buy on PC. Those who purchased the game before it went free to play will be able to play peer-to-peer multiplayer on PC and consoles. Ranked matches, leaderboards and the in-game shop will all be shut down when the dedicated servers go down. Publisher 2K will stop accepting purchases done by virtual currency on July the 2nd.
So when Evolve went free to play, it did kind of work a little bit. It did push it back into the Steam kind of top 100 and stuff, and people did pick it up again, but it just seems to have slid down further as well now. So the last player count, average player count, is about 280, 281 or something for peak concurrent players per day, which isn't a lot of people, especially considering it's free and you can just jump in and play it.
That's
so
true.
It is basically shut down. It's basically dead. It's a bit weird because if you bought it before it went to free to play, you can still play it, but it's peer to peer and it's not going to be on dedicated servers, and all these features like the ranked matches and the in-game shop and stuff. All that's going, but there will be something there if you still fancy playing it from time to time. But again, that's only if you bought it beforehand, not the free to play version. So it's a bit of a mess, a bit muddled. Yeah. You go out the way you came in.
Yeah, this is the game that got loads of criticism, I guess, for the pre-order bonuses and all the shenanigans going into the game beforehand. But it was a beast that tried to evolve into free-to-play, but ultimately was made extinct.
I didn't write that. That was all. That wasn't in the script. That sounded scripted.
Are you saying that's nothing to do with me, or are you saying congratulations, guys?
No,
you deserve the credit?
I'm saying that you said that like you read it and memorised it. But you just,
right.
Do you
giving me credit, or are you trying to distance yourself
I'm saying
that shitness that was?
I'm saying you learned that like a line, even though it was just coming out there on the spot, which is quite good. It's quite impressive.
Thanks, Mike. Cheers.
There's more news.
Glad to have you back. And Microsoft exclusive zombie survival sim State of Decay 2 has just been given a new patch. Nothing unusual there. What is a bit unusual though is the fact that the update is basically the same size as the game's original install size. Update 1.2 weighs in at a gargantuan 20 gigabytes, which seems especially huge when you consider the actual initial install size for the game was roughly the same. As for what's included, it increases stability, improves network interactions, fixes memory crashes, and adds a ton of other fixes. Studio head Jeff Strain says, "This patch today is just the beginning. We have big plans for State of Decay 2, and we're humbled and appreciative to you for giving us the opportunity to make those big plans happen. But don't worry if you think that means more 20 gigabyte patches in future. Undead Labs believes that any future patches will be about a slightly more reasonable 5 gigabytes or less."
It can't be just me that thinks that a guy called Jeff Strain is the head of a studio called Undead Labs that makes zombie games. I thought that was really cool. Jeff Strain. He was born to do it.
He was born.
Strain is like a big zombie word, right? It's a good zombie strain of virus, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anyway, about the actual news. It's 20 gigabytes, so it comes out at the same size as the actual game, basically. You've just downloaded the game, 20 gigabytes, and then like a week later you're installing a 20 gigabyte patch. So that's 40 gigabytes of, if you've downloaded the base game and then this on top of it. So this is kind of a growing thing. It's recently there was Warhammer Vermintide 2 as well, where that had a huge, roughly the same 20 gigabyte patch for that. It feels like a bit much, but apparently there is a good reason for it. It's the Unreal Engine 4. I think there's just something to do with the way that is put together. I probably should have researched it better before coming in here to do it, but there is a reason for it on the engine side. It's not just the developers who are just suddenly putting out these enormous patches, because it doesn't sound like content, does it? It just sounds like fixes, stability improvements, stopping crashes, typical patch stuff, and yet it's 20 gigabytes in size. One thing I want to point out is State of Decay as well. It's in the cinema recently, and they have State of Decay adverts, right?
Really?
Microsoft doing exactly the same thing as they do with Halo. They have super serious, super war stories adverts, and it's like this old guy who's like traumatized by the zombie apocalypse, and he's like, doing the hand action like like this, and it's actual live action high quality stuff. That is nothing at all. That's not a reflection of the game at all. That's bad marketing.
It's false advertising in a way.
They do the same thing with Halo, where the trailers and everything are super serious. The game is like fun and colourful. That's not what the news was about. I just noticed it. Did you ever play Evolve? Are you still playing it now? What do you think of it? Are you kind of disappointed to see it getting shut down like this? Let us know down in the comments. Remember to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. There should be another one right there which you can watch right now if you want. And a link to Patreon if you want to support the channel. See you next time.